Eugenio Suarez hit by a pitch for the second time in the last couple weeks. He was hit in the All-Star game and was okay. It hits the left index finger. Gets x-rays. It's okay. He's going to get more testing today. This is the prize of the trade deadline position player-wise because if he's healthy, he's getting traded. We talked about Quan earlier. He's not necessarily getting dealt. X-ray's negative, so that's good. 96-mile-an-hour fastball to the finger, not great. Everyone was like, oh, yesterday. And just even for him, good dude, having a great season. It just sucks. Crappy timing.
Yeah, I mean, thank goodness the X-rays are negative.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays today, that's a good sign. And guess what? Enjoy your last couple games in Arizona. Because if he plays, he's not going. He's not going to be there. Good dude, hits homers, great time to do it. If he goes back to – would he want to go back to Seattle? I mean, he doesn't have a choice, but would he want to go back there? Because
it's a touchy subject.
That's why when Ken said that, I was kind of surprised by that answer because he was already there.
Touchy subject. So I brought this up on Friday, and it was probably a top 5 fan attack moment in my FT career. Mariners fans lost their minds. You guys, we didn't even talk about this. I talked about this on Hot Sheet, the Baseball America show yesterday. How dare you? He loved his time there. The Mariners love him. Okay. We'll see. Maybe he does get traded there.
I don't know. Did they? I don't know the answer to that question.
They very publicly stated how much they hated their strikeout-heavy offense.
Yes,
and it was him and Teo. They did call him out, but Mariners fans, there's some smart ones that bit back for me. But they're saying, like, I'm hating on them, which is funny because you always say I love them too much. But I'm hating on them. How dare I? I'm literally just alluding to public comments. They're like, Gino said he loved it there. Okay, that's fine. I'll give you that because they said I didn't. I was mentioning how he said other teams that he was loving, and there was a time he was asked about the Mariners. Like, every team he's getting asked about. Yeah, they're great. They're great.
He loves every team right now because he's about to be a free agent. So of course. Well, I mean, he loves every. What did Vlad Guerrero say? I'd go to the Yankees now, miraculously, because I'm going to be a free agent.
Yeah, but let me let you in on a little secret. When they sell you for parts, I mean, the prize return was Sebi Zavala, who's a third-string catcher. Anymore? I don't know. But they just dumped the money, and they were like, not for us anymore. And then he had 2 banger seasons.
Don't glaze over the fact.
My question is, they want him back, Kratz, but are they going to – they clearly are interested in him. Are they going to pay – the top price or somebody else valuing him more? I think there are other teams valuing him more. That's all I was saying.
Listen, we're breaking down something that a GM said or president of baseball operations said after they traded somebody. So maybe we're taking it too far out of context. But when you say, we only got rid of one real main piece of our team and we struck out too much. It's either calling out the guys that are there and saying you're not supposed to strike out anymore, or you're revamping the team to not strike out as much. And then they went and got, I think, Jorge Polanco, who had a career year of strikeouts. So I don't know. I think there's a little bit of a fracturedness there. And it's not from fans. It's not from all of that stuff. Like, I would say they are not going to be the highest bidder. I would disagree with Ken.
I do too. That was my point on Friday. I think there are other teams that will bid higher and consider him in higher regard because the Mariners are sensitive about strikeouts. They want contact, and that's been working for them. I'm like, why are you mad at me for this? The team's playing well. They're in a playoff position. I love their rotation. I love them too much the last few years. Their offense has come together. Obviously, Cal's having the season of any catcher's life. Randy Arozarena has been awesome this year, and I loved the Naylor pickup. Could Gino help them? No doubt. I just don't think they value him as high as some other teams do. They have the prospect capital. They have a top 3 farm system, so they can easily do it. But the Cubs can easily do it.
Seattle, then where does he go?
I think he's going to
Like everyone says Houston, right? Houston doesn't fit for me though because they have Christian Walker for 2 more years. You have Isak Paredes, he made the All-Star team.
Yeah, but he's really hurt. Like he might not come back this year. We don't know yet. He's got like a severe
if he's out
hamstring strain.
Then that makes a lot of sense.
Houston makes sense. Detroit makes sense. The Cubs make sense. There's 8
Yankees made
teams.
sense until they went and got McMahon.
They're out, but there are a lot of teams that make sense for him.
So where does he end up? I asked Ken, where does he end up?
For me, Detroit.
Okay. Kratz?
I'm going to say one dark horse team, Phillies, but I'm going to say the Astros. I think he makes it. I think they know that the window for, some of these contracts isn't the last year for the Astros. I think they want to push in. I think they see an opportunity, and Geno in any park is a dinger.
Yeah. You know who we didn't even know and mention? The Cubs.
I said Cubs. I said Tigers, Astros, Cubs sound interesting.
You don't think they want to hurt Matt Shaw's development?
No, I think they don't. They'll be in the same boat as the Mariners. I think they would love it. I just don't think that they would bid as high. I mean, kind of like we were talking about in the offseason with Alex Bregman. Bregman not going to the Cubs.
What about your old team, the Brewers? He would look great.
Oh my gosh, they should.
That's the one that.
That's the one. That is
that
the one. I'm just a little less confident.
Division.
Yes, I'm a little less confident that they're going to be the highest bidder, but that's the one.
Because it's a 1-year deal. It's a rental. I mean,
it's a right-handed hitting power. Yep,
that's the one to me that makes.
And that makes that team. Like Ken said, and he even wrote in an article. I think it was last week. He was like, "Why should the Brewers ever do anything? They've always been the team that's just, thumbed our nose at the system, and, everybody thinks we're bad, and then we're in the playoffs again, then we won the division again." But I would buck against that. I would say, this is the time. You have not made it past Game 7 of the NLCS. Like, Brewers fans don't want the playoffs. Brewers fans want a World Series. They don't have one. They want one. They want a World Series victory. I think Geno would make the biggest impact on that team more than any other team.
I totally agree. I totally
100% agree.
I have a hard time seeing any other team make a stronger case than the Brewers for impacting that lineup. You're bringing a 50-homer bat into that lineup. And we went over this a lot last week. You will find playing time for Caleb Durbin and Joey Ortiz. And Ortiz is not
care about that.
Brewers fans care a lot about that. Brewers fans care a lot about that. Durbin's a great player, but he can play everywhere. He can play everywhere.
Let's not forget, Joey Ortiz hasn't hit.
That's why for me, I'm like.
But he hasn't hit. Okay? But he's there to catch the ball. So if you can get Eugenio Suárez to make up for offense for not only Durbin, but also Joey Ortiz, like, that's a good trade.
And the Brewers have consistently been good, but not in October.
Yes.
You need a bat that can change a game with one swing like Pete Alonso did against them last year. They've got some of those bats, but you need more of those bats.
I'll probably bring it up again even this trade deadline. Would Brewers fans have rather had Jacob deGrom for the last 2 months or Brandon Woodruff and Corbin Burns for the last 7 years? It's a question you have to ask yourself. Would Jacob deGrom in 2018 have pushed us to the World Series? Don't know.